Here's a short section on the typography that we'll use when explaining syntax in general. We'll have 4 different fonts indicating different parts. First of all, the typewriter font that looks like this is for text that's written verbatim. Keywords and things in C#. Then bold like this is where you can use an identifier, an arbitrary identifier. And there are various places where we will use this emphasized typeface where you can put an arbitrary expression. Finally, we'll just have, this is the normal text font, and that's where I don't want to break it down into finer details and just give a description of what goes there that should make sense. So here's a first example. We can go back and go over the syntax for declarations and then assignments. So here in bold, we need an identifier for the type, like int, and the particular name of the variable, like width, and then here we have an explicit semicolon. Or here, we can extend this with an explicit equal, and then the italics here is for an expression you can use for the initializer. And here, of course, if we have a list, we explicitly need commas between the various variable names. And of course, you're reminded that in general, some or all of the variables could also have initializers after them. And remember that if we have a declaration, that space is allocated for each one of the variables, and the type is noted. It's associated with that space. And the other kind of statement that we introduced was the assignment statement. And of course, here we need a name for the variable. We explicitly need an equal sign. And then there is the expression that we assign the value of to the variable.